Dec Donnelly breaks down in tears as he talks about the death of his hero Kevin Keegan. Dec Donnelly became emotional while talking about his hero, footballer and manager Kevin Keegan, who died last week. He told fans on his shared podcast with Ant McPartlin, "I shed a tear last week, and I'm shedding another one this morning." Keegan, one of the most popular figures in English football, died aged 75 after being diagnosed with cancer. He had 2 stints at Newcastle United, the club Ant and Dec have supported since they were children, first as a player from 1980 to 1984, and then as a manager from 1990 to 1997 and 2008. The pair opened their Hanging Out podcast with a moving tribute to Keegan, with an emotional Dec explaining the player was the reason he got into football, with his arrival at Newcastle coinciding with the time he started going to matches with his brother.
Fruit flies taking over your kitchen? This discreet plug-in trap uses light to attract flying insects, then captures them on a replaceable adhesive cartridge, without noisy zapping or messy sprays. Want to get the best verified deal and see full details? Visit grabdeal.us/one right now.
Dec, 50, said, "I'm not ashamed to say I shed a tear when I heard the news. He just meant so much to the people of the Northeast." Keegan built one of the most popular teams of the Premier League era at Newcastle and went on to manage Fulham and England. The TV star went on, "He was just such a special man, and we were very lucky enough to meet him on a couple of occasions. The first one, I met him when I was, I think, 6 or 7. I won a competition to play football with Kevin Keegan. We played loads of fun games and all of that, and then Kevin Keegan comes along at the end of it, and you get to kick a ball around with him. We all went in for sandwiches and crisps afterwards, and then every single one of us had a photograph with Kevin." Becoming emotional, Dec said, "He sat with each of us and put his arms around us. As a 6-year-old boy, that was just the best, meeting your hero. You know, they say you should never meet your heroes, but he was absolutely the exception. So yeah, I shed a tear last week, and I'm shedding another one this morning. What a guy." Ant, also 50, nodded, adding, well said. You know, words like legends and saviors get bandied around, but he did. He saved our club when he came back as manager. He's a true legend of the game and a true legend to Newcastle United supporters, and he will be missed. Love you, Kevin." He added that he and Dec met Keegan at a kit launch on the pitch at St. James Park. Dec said, "Kevin was around doing all of his media duties, and he saw us on the pitch doing a picture on our own, and he was like, 'I'm going to get in on this.' So he got right in the middle of us, got us both round the neck. He was like, 'Come of lads, have one with me.' He was just the loveliest man." Ant found the picture, which showed the pair in football shirts and Keegan in a powder blue jacket and tie, on his phone, and shared it with viewers of their podcast. In a statement, Newcastle said last week, "We are devastated to learn of the passing of Kevin Keegan, one of the most iconic, influential, and deeply loved figures in our club's history. Kevin was more than a legendary footballer and manager. He was the beating heart of Newcastle United for generations of supporters. As a player, he brought world-class talent, ambition, and belief to St. James Park, helping to transform perceptions of what Newcastle United could be. Kevin gave supporters hope and pride, and led a team whose style, spirit, and passion captured the imagination of football fans around the world. He was so much more than an entertainer. Kevin forged an extraordinary bond with Newcastle, built on the roots of his father, Joe. He embraced the Northeast with a passion that was genuine and unwavering, and in return, he earned his rightful place in the hearts of millions. Kevin's impact will not be measured by appearances or results. It will live on in the memories he created with club and country, the dreams he inspired, and the generations of supporters around the world who fell in love with football because of him.